Track 1.
Excuse me, Dr. Johnson. May I speak to you for a minute?
Sure, come in.
I'm Melanie Griffin. I'm taking your course in population studies.
Right. Well, Melanie, how can I help you?
I'm having a bit of trouble with a second assignment, and it's due in 12 days.
What sort of trouble are you having? Is the assignment question a problem?
Well, that's part of the problem. I've been having trouble getting hold of the books. I've been to the library several times and all the books are out.
Sounds like you should have started borrowing books a bit earlier.
Well, I had a really big assignment due in for another course and I've been spending all my time on that, and I thought...
You might get an extension of time to finish your assignment for me?
If that's possible, but I don't know...
Well, yes, it is possible, but extensions are normally given only for medical or compassionate reasons. Otherwise, it's really a question of organizing your study, and we don't like giving extensions to students who simply didn't plan their work properly. What did you get for your first assignment?
I got 87%.
Yes, you did very well, indeed. So, obviously, you can produce good work.
I don't think I'll need too much extra time, as long as I can get hold of some of the important references.
Well, since you did so well in your first assignment, I'm prepared to give you an extra 2 weeks for this one. So that'll mean you'll need to submit it about a month from now.
Oh, thank you.
Now, what about the reading materials? Have you checked out the journal articles in the list?
No, not yet. There were about 20 of them, and I wasn't sure which ones would be most useful or important.
Well, they're all useful, but I don't expect anyone to read them all because a number of them deal with the same issues. Let me give you some suggestions. The article by Anderson and Hawker is really worth reading.
Right, I'll read that one.
You should also read the article by Jackson, but just look at the part on the research methodology, how they did it.
Okay, Jackson. Got that.
And if you have time, the one by Roberts says very relevant things, although it's not essential.
So, okay, if it's useful, I'll try and read that one.
Now, the one by Morris, I wouldn't bother with that at this stage if I were you.
Okay, I won't bother with Morris. Oh, now, someone told me the article by Cooper is important.
Well, yes, in a way. But just look at the last part, where he discusses the research results. And lastly, there's Forster. I can't think why I included that one. It's not bad, and could be of some help, but not that much. Now, let's deal with the assignment question. What's the problem there?
It's the graph on page 2.
What seems to be the problem? It's just the bar graph showing reasons why people change where they live.
Well, I've got a photocopy, but the reasons at the bottom are missing.
Ah, okay. Look at the first bar on the graph. Now, that indicates the number of people who move because they want more space.
Oh, I see. Bar 1. Okay. Now, what about the next bar?
Bar 2 is to do with the people living nearby, disturbing them. So they chose to move away to somewhere quieter. Now let's look at bar number 3. Another reason people change their place of living is because they want to be closer to the city.
Okay. Proximity to the city is an issue.
Now, bar number 4 refers to problems when the owner of the property won't help fix things that go wrong. In other words, the owner is not helpful, and so the tenants move out.
Okay. Now, what about bar 5?
Bar 5 is about those people who move because they need a bus or train to get them into the city or to go to work.
Okay. And bar 6?
Bar number 6 is interesting. That reason was given quite a lot. People moving because they wanted to be in a more attractive neighborhood.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much.
Track 2. Learning English is more than just acquiring a new language. It's a journey that unlocks countless opportunities, fosters personal growth, and connects individuals to the global community. In today's interconnected world, English serves as a universal key to accessing knowledge, career prospects, and cultural exchange. However, the path to mastering English is not without its challenges. From grappling with complex grammar to overcoming self-doubt, learners often face obstacles that test their resolve. Yet, it is precisely by navigating these difficulties that one can pave the way for a brighter future. The motivation to learn English stems from understanding its transformative power and the promise of a more fulfilling life, making every effort worthwhile. One of the primary motivations for learning English is its role as a gateway to global knowledge. English is the dominant language in academia, science, and technology. Most research papers, online courses, and books that shape modern thought are written in English. For instance, platforms like Coursera, Khan Academy, and TED offer a wealth of educational content, but accessing them fully requires proficiency in English. Imagine being able to read a groundbreaking study on artificial intelligence or watch a lecture by a Nobel laureate without needing a translation. By learning English, you gain direct access to original ideas, unfiltered by intermediaries. This not only broadens your horizons but also empowers you to stay at the forefront of your field. The effort to understand English texts today, though challenging, builds a foundation for lifelong learning and intellectual growth. Career advancement is another compelling reason to learn English. In the global job market, English proficiency is often a prerequisite for high-paying or prestigious roles. Multinational companies, from tech giants like Apple to local firms with international partnerships, value employees who can communicate effectively in English. Being able to draft emails, participate in meetings, or negotiate with international clients sets you apart in competitive industries. For example, a colleague of mine improved her English and landed a promotion because she could present her ideas confidently to foreign stakeholders. However, the journey to this level of fluency is fraught with difficulties. Pronunciation struggles, limited vocabulary, or fear of making mistakes can make workplace communication daunting. Yet, each small step practicing a presentation or learning industry-specific terms brings you closer to career success and financial stability, making the present challenges a worthy investment in your future. English also serves as a bridge to cultural understanding and global connections. Speaking English allows you to engage with people from diverse backgrounds, whether through travel, online communities, or cultural exchanges. You can enjoy movies, music, and literature in their original form, gaining a deeper appreciation for global art. Imagine watching a critically acclaimed film without subtitles, or discussing your favorite book with a friend from another country. Moreover, English enables you to share your own culture with the world. By blogging, joining international forums, or speaking at global events, you can introduce your traditions and perspectives to a wider audience. However, building this level of fluency requires overcoming significant hurdles. For many learners, speaking is the most intimidating aspect, as it involves real-time thinking and the fear of being judged. Practicing through language apps or conversation clubs, though time-consuming and sometimes awkward, is essential for gaining the confidence to connect with others and enriching your life through meaningful relationships. Despite these benefits, the process of learning English is not easy, and the challenges can feel overwhelming. Grammar rules, such as mastering tenses or prepositions, can be confusing and lead to frustration. Vocabulary acquisition is another hurdle. Remembering thousands of words and their correct usage takes time and repetition. Additionally, many learners struggle with self-confidence. fearing they'll sound foolish or fail to express themselves clearly. Time constraints add to the difficulty, as balancing studies, work, and personal life leaves little room for consistent practice. These obstacles can sap motivation, making it tempting to give up. However, recognizing that these struggles are temporary and universal can help you stay focused. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner, facing the same doubts and setbacks. By persevering, you're not just learning a language, but also building resilience and discipline qualities that will serve you in all areas of life. To maintain motivation, it's crucial to adopt practical strategies that make learning manageable and enjoyable. Setting small, achievable goals can transform the daunting task of mastering English into a series of rewarding milestones. For example, aim to learn 5 new words daily or watch a short English video each week. Celebrating these small victories boosts your confidence and keeps you moving forward. Additionally, integrating English into your daily routine can make learning feel less like a chore. Switch your phone's language to English, listen to English podcasts during your commute, or write a journal entry in English. Engaging with content you enjoy, whether it's a favorite TV show, a hobby-related blog, or a music playlist, makes the process fun and relevant. Joining language communities, either online through platforms like Tandem or in person through local clubs, provides support and encouragement, reminding you that you're not alone in your journey. Ultimately, the motivation to learn English comes from within. Reflect on why you want to learn the language. Perhaps you dream of studying abroad, securing a dream job, or simply connecting with people from different cultures. Whatever your reason, write it down and revisit it when the going gets tough. Visualize the future you're working toward, confidently delivering a speech, traveling the world with ease, or receiving a job offer from an international company. These aspirations can rekindle your drive during moments of doubt. It's also important to be kind to yourself. Progress may be slow and mistakes are inevitable, but each one is a step toward fluency. The difficulties you face today, whether it's struggling with a new grammar rule or stumbling through a conversation, are building blocks for a future where English opens doors you never thought possible. Learning English is an investment in a brighter future. It equips you with the tools to explore new opportunities, advance your career, and connect with the world in meaningful ways. While the challenges of grammar, vocabulary, and confidence can be daunting, they are temporary roadblocks on the path to success. By staying motivated, setting realistic goals, and embracing the process, you're not just learning a language, you're shaping a life of possibilities. So, take it one step at a time. Keep your eyes on your goals and trust that every effort you make today is paving the way for a future filled with promise and achievement. Track 3.
Good morning, Sidmouth Museum. Can I help you?
Oh, yes. Good morning. I'm interested in the children's workshops, and I'd like a little more information, please.
Do you mean the art and craft workshops?
Yes, a friend of a friend mentioned them. The children do painting and make models and so forth.
Yes, of course. Where to begin? First of all, as you probably know, they run every Saturday.
Fine. And what about ages?
Well, all ages from 5 upwards are welcome, though we do ask that children below 8 years of age are accompanied by an adult.
Fine. That wouldn't be a problem. What about cost?
Well, I think you'll find them very reasonable. It's £2.50 a child, with 80 pence off for 2 or more children from the same family.
Oh, yes. Very reasonable. And are they held in the main museum?
Not exactly. They're nearby.
Could you give me the full address? I don't know the area very well.
Yes, it's Winter House.
Right.
And that's in Tamer Street.
Could you spell that, please?
Yes, Tamer. Street.
Lovely.
And I do need to tell you that there's a security entrance, so you need to press the green button for someone to let you in. Don't press the red button, please. But don't worry, it's all clearly labelled.
Okay. And one more question. Is parking available nearby? We're driving in from out of town.
Your best bet is to leave your car at the back of the library. On a Saturday morning, there are plenty of spaces there. It's right next door to the museum.
And can I ask about booking places?
Yes, and I must tell you, you really should book by calling the education department here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I have rung them instead of the main museum number?
No, that's fine this time. Please don't worry. But for future reference, I'll give you the direct number. It's 200-765.
Great. I've got that.
But I'm very happy to give you information about the next two workshops. On Saturday the 16th, there's building castles.
Oh, sounds great.
This involves quite a bit of glue, so just make sure the kids are in old clothes.
I know. Ones I don't mind getting mucky.
Exactly. And if possible, could you bring along bottle tops, which the children might be able to use in the models, as decoration?
We'll certainly try to find some for you.
Then the following week...
That'll be the 23rd, won't it?
Yes, that's right. On that day, it's what we call undersea worlds. This is where they make scenes with fishes, underground caverns, and so on.
Is that likely to get very dirty? Lots of paint splashes?
Not really, so we don't recommend any special clothes for that one. But if you could search out some silver paper to bring along to use in the sessions, it's shiny, it looks like water, that'd be great.
Yes, of course. We'll see what we can come up with. Well, thank you ever so much for all your help. The sessions sound really good, and I'll certainly book up for the next two.
Lovely. Thanks very much for ringing.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Track 4.
Hi, Tony. Thanks ever so much for coming. You know we've been asked to organise something for John's farewell.
Yeah, sure. It's about time we started working out details.
Exactly. We don't want to leave it so late that it's double the work.
Right. Do you want me to take notes?
Oh, that'd be great, thanks.
Right. First thing is, when is the best time to hold it?
Well, he leaves on the 24th of December.
So what about the 22nd?
Yeah, I think that's about right. We want it quite near the time, don't we?
Sure. And what about a venue? In college? A hotel?
I think a hotel will probably work out rather expensive. And I've been looking at the college dining room. That seems pretty reasonable.
Fine. Yeah, why not?
And then we ought to be thinking about invitations. Who mustn't we forget to invite?
Well, obviously John and his wife.
Oh, right.
And the director.
Uh-huh.
The office staff.
Yep. And all the teachers and all the students.
Anyone else?
Faculty heads?
No, better draw the line. I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't mind writing the invitations. When shall we get them out for?
Enough time, but not too early. What about the 15th of December?
Well, there are exams on the 16th. Better avoid them.
10th?
Yeah, that should do it.
So, what does that leave? Oh, yes, a present.
Would you mind doing that?
No, not at all. We usually go round with an envelope during coffee break, don't we?
Yeah, coffee break's always the best time, because people have got their money handy.
Yeah, exactly. Do we suggest an amount, or does it seem a bit unfair?
No, I think people welcome it. We suggested $6 last time. Is that okay?
Yeah, plenty, I would have thought, which should leave us with about $90.
Have you any ideas for presents?
Well, I've been having a little think. I thought, he loves music.
Yeah, and books.
So I thought I'd check on prices for Well, perhaps CD players?
Yeah, that's a good idea. And also I thought maybe, a set of dictionaries. I heard him say he needed a good one.
The other thing he was saying last week was that his computer printer had broken.
No, I'd be really frightened about getting the wrong type.
Okay, yeah.
The other thing is something for the home. Jill suggested a coffee maker.
Oh, yeah. I'll certainly find out what they cost. Okay. Have you got all that down?
Yes.
Now, we need to think a little more about the money. I know we've got a set amount from the social fund.
Right. What does that cover?
It's meant to cover the cost of the room.
Yeah.
And a certain amount for food.
And also drinks?
Oh, yeah, certainly.
But will it be enough?
What we've done in the past is to ask guests to bring some snacks.
Right.
We don't ask them to bring more drinks because we figure that should come from the social fund.
Okay. Anything else for the guests to bring?
Well, some music, because there'll be a tape deck there in the room, and we can have some dancing later on.
Anything else?
Well, it's just a thought, but a couple of years ago we had a really good party where we set up, some simple games.
Yeah, great. Wasn't it based on photos from the students and teachers?
That's right.
So we should ask the guests to bring photos. Okay, I'll put it on the invitations.
Now, the last thing is, who shall we ask to do the speech?
Don't you think it might be nice to have one of the students?
Well, then the student leader?
Yeah, much better than the director giving speeches again.
Okay, then I'll ask her. Lovely. So, is that all?
It looks like it.
Great. Oh, thanks ever so much.
Track 5.
The Mid-Autumn Festival, known as Tet Trung Thu in Vietnam, is one of the most cherished cultural and traditional celebrations in the country. Celebrated on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month, when the moon is at its fullest and brightest, this festival is deeply rooted in Vietnamese folklore and carries profound meanings of family reunion, gratitude, and hope. It is a time when communities come together to honor the moon, share delicious mooncakes, light colorful lanterns, and enjoy vibrant lion and dragon dances, creating an atmosphere of joy and unity. At the heart of Tet Trung Thu are mooncakes, Bon Trung Thu, a traditional delicacy symbolizing completeness and abundance. These round or square pastries are filled with rich ingredients such as red bean paste, lotus seed paste, salted egg yolks, or mixed nuts, offering a balance of sweet and savory flavors. Mooncakes are not only a treat, but also a meaningful gift, exchanged among family, friends, and business partners to express gratitude and strengthen bonds. In Vietnamese culture, sharing mooncakes during the festival reflects the value of unity and the importance of familial ties. Lanterns, Long Jen, are another iconic element of the Mid-Autumn Festival, especially beloved by children. These lanterns, crafted in various shapes such as stars, fish, rabbits, and dragons, are made from bamboo frames and colorful cellophane or paper. During the festival, children parade through neighborhoods with their glowing lanterns, singing traditional songs and creating a magical, luminescent spectacle under the moonlight. The lantern processions symbolize hope and light, guiding the way for a prosperous future. In some regions, communities organize lantern-making contests, fostering creativity and preserving this age-old tradition. No Tet Trung Thu celebration is complete without the lively lion and dragon dances, Mua Lan Su Rong. These performances, accompanied by the rhythmic beats of drums and cymbals, are believed to ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune. Teams of dancers dressed in colorful lion or dragon costumes move in synchronized patterns, captivating audiences with their acrobatic skills and energy. The dances are often performed in public spaces, temples, or even door-to-door, spreading joy and blessings to households. For many Vietnamese, the sight and sound of these dances evoke nostalgia and a deep connection to their cultural heritage. Beyond the food, lanterns, and dances, Tet Trung Thu is a celebration of community and cultural identity. Families gather to admire the full moon, share stories, and enjoy traditional games like tug of war or singing contests. In rural areas, folk festivals feature storytelling sessions about the legend of Sister Moon, Chi Hang, and Uncle Star, Chu Kuoi, adding a mythical charm to the festivities. These traditions reinforce values of gratitude, respect for nature, and the importance of preserving Vietnam's rich cultural legacy. In conclusion, the Mid-Autumn Festival in Vietnam is a vibrant tapestry of culinary delights, artistic expressions, and communal joy. Through mooncakes, lanterns, and lion dances, Tet Trung Thu brings people together, celebrating the beauty of tradition and the warmth of togetherness under the radiant full moon.
Track 6.
Excuse me, I was told to come here for advice about management diploma courses.
You've certainly come to the right place. Hi, my name is Monica.
Nice to meet you. My name is Andrew Harris.
So, Andrew, have you seen our diploma course prospectus yet?
Yes, I've already looked at it. In fact, I thought the information on course content was really useful. But I'm afraid I'm a bit confused by all the different ways you can do the course. Full-time intensive, part-time, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see if I can help. I think each course type has its advantages and disadvantages, so it really depends on you, your own study habits, and your financial circumstances, of course. Are you working at the moment?
Yes, I've been working in the administration section of the local hospital for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I worked in the office of a computer engineering company for 2 years. So I've got about 5 years of relevant work experience.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm hoping to focus on is personnel management.
I see. And are you planning to leave your current job to study, or are you thinking about just taking a year off?
I want to know what my options are, really. I don't want to quit my job or anything, and my employers are keen for me to get some more qualifications, but obviously it would be better if I could do a course without taking too much time away from work.
Right. So you don't really want to do the full-time course, then?
No, not really. It's also a question of finances. You see, my office have agreed to pay the cost of the course itself, but I would have to take unpaid leave if I want to study full-time, and, well, I don't think I could afford to support myself with no salary for a whole year.
OK. Well, you have two other possibilities. You could either do the part-time course, that would be over 2 years, and you wouldn't have to take any time off work, or you could do what we call a modular course. You could do that in 18 months if you wanted, or longer. It's quite flexible, and it would be up to you.
So what does the part-time course involve?
For that, you would join an evening class and have a lecture twice a week. Then you'd have to attend a seminar or discussion workshop 1 weekend a month.
What kind of coursework would I have to do?
Well, it's a mixture. You'd be expected to write an essay each month, which counts towards your final assessment. You have a case study to do by the end of the course, which might involve doing a survey or something like that. And also you need to hand in a short report every 4 weeks.
So that's quite a lot of work then, on top of working every day. It sounds like a lot of studying, and really tiring.
Yeah, you certainly wouldn't have much free time.
What about the modular course? What would I have to do for that?
Well, that's where you get the opportunity to study full-time for short periods. That way you can cover a lot of coursework and attend lectures and seminars during the day. And each module lasts for 1 term, say about 12 weeks at a time. There are obvious advantages in this, the main one being that you can study in a much more intensive way, which suits some people much better.
And how many of these modules would I have to do to get the diploma?
The current programme is 2 modules, and then you have to choose a topic to work in more depth. But you can base that on your job, and so you don't need to be away from the office. And how long it takes is up to you.
Mm-hmm.
The important thing is that you don't have to study and work. You can focus on one thing at a time.
Yes, I can see that. It certainly sounds attractive. It would be more expensive, though. I mean, I'd have to support myself without pay for each module.
That's true, so that might be a problem for you. Look, Why don't you talk this over with your employers and then come back?
Track 7.
Oh, Peter, there you are. You've been ages. What kept you so long?
I'm sorry I'm so late, Sally. Have you been waiting long?
Oh, half an hour. But it doesn't matter. I've had a coffee, and I've been reading this guidebook for tourists. Sit down. You look very hot and tired. What would you like to drink?
I'd love a really chilled mineral water or something. Will you have another coffee?
Yes, I will. The waitress will be back in a moment. Why were you so late? Did something happen?
Yes. You know, I went to the bank to cash some traveler's checks. Well, the exchange rate was looking healthy, but when I went to the teller, they told me the computer system was temporarily down, so they couldn't do any transactions. They said the problem would be fixed in a few minutes, so I waited. And then I started talking to another guy in the bank, and I forgot the time.
Really? Someone you met in the bank? Does he work there?
No, he was a tourist from New York. His name's Henry, and he's been here for a week, but he's moving on to Germany tomorrow. He's an architect, and he's spending 4 weeks traveling around Europe.
Just like us?
Yeah, just like us. He told me the names of some places where we should eat. Great food and not too expensive, he said. Oh, and he also gave me this map of the bus system. He said he didn't need it anymore.
That's useful. Pity he's moving on tomorrow. Here's the waitress. Let's order. Do you want anything to eat, or shall we just have a drink?
Well, I'm hungry, and we've got a lot of sightseeing to do, so let's just have a snack and a drink.
Sounds good to me.
Well, let's decide what we'll see today. I guess the best place to start is the cathedral, and then the castle. What are the opening times for those two?
Well, according to this guidebook, the cathedral is only open from 9:30 in the morning until midday. Oh, no, hang on. That's the Cathedral Museum. The cathedral itself is open morning and afternoon. The castle is just open from 1 to 5, so we can't go there until after lunch. I really want to spend some time in the art gallery, because they've got this wonderful painting by Rembrandt that I've always wanted to see.
What else should we see?
Well, the guidebook says the botanical gardens are worth spending some time in, and they're open all day from 8 to 6, so we can go there any time. I'd like to go to the markets near the river too, but, oh, no, wait, that's only in the mornings too.
As well as today and tomorrow, we can see some other places on Monday, you know. But I don't think the markets will be open then. They only open on Thursdays, so we've missed them for this week. Maybe we should go to the cathedral today because it's Sunday tomorrow, and even though it's open every day, it might be more difficult to get in tomorrow because of the church services.
That's true. But the art gallery isn't open on Sundays at all, so we'll have to go there today. The castle's open every day except Mondays, so we're okay there. And the gardens, of course, only close at night.
Are all these places free, or do we have to pay to go in? What does the guidebook say?
I think there's a charge for all of them, except the botanical gardens. Oh, and the markets. Of course you don't pay to go in.
Okay. Well, it looks like our plan is this. We'll go to see the painting you like first, the Rembrandt, then have lunch and go on to the castle after that, and then the cathedral.
Okay. It says here that the roof of the cathedral is really beautiful.
Is that right? What I really want to do at the cathedral is climb the tower. The view is supposed to be spectacular.
OK, well, that'll be more than enough for today. Then tomorrow, let's go to the botanical gardens and have a picnic. I want to sit by the river and watch the swans. This city's famous for them.